Henry, do you write or not? Eski asked the ginger cat while she was struggling to get up from the bed. I tried. By different to the dogs, I'm a fascinated person, replied Henry, scribbling on a piece of paper in the same way as every cat doing what. Henry, after all, you know what? I will not do it, because I am completely blind. At last, once a day, I crashed against the door, Eski announced. She was trying to get up, but unfortunately she couldn't. Everyone knows what, my dear. It also has its advantages, because it is possible to sleep next to you on bed, and you do not grim your teeth, thinking that this is your beloved bear. Henry muttered under his breath. What did you say, Henry? Eski asked loudly, because she had heard badly. What, you bump into the door because you mistake it for a wicket? Henry roared loudly in the ear of the doggy. But true, memory is also broken, and living in the dark and moving by heart is not the most pleasant, said Eski with a slight sneer. We have to write down the story. Remember what Christmas was like after Morgan died? We were just arguing. His house is turning into a cafes, and besides, our owner. Surely you see it. Oh yes, and I feel the same. We have this gift. We sense death long before it enters the house. Does it hurt? I wish Azrael would make me no longer hurt. I do not know. My dear Clementine died suddenly. Oh, your Clementine. The dog dreamed, and the thought of a kitten. Take the pencil, loving the cat. She scolded the cat, hearing that he was playing with a pencil that was tapping on the floor. Everything changed with his death. He was the key. He was an angel sent from heaven, indeed. When he disappeared, the signs stopped exuding with magnificent charm. Even the tree was so bad, but you didn't want to jump on it. People say about dwarfs like us that they live like a dog with a cat, but we get along quite well. Henry became serious and took the pencil in his paw. I will write down your story and mine. I was born on February 26, 2007, a few days after the death of my aunt Josephine. My mother's name was Diana, and I was lucky. I had no more siblings. I didn't have to compete with anyone for favors or food. However, her image is blurring for me now. Sometimes she visited me in my dreams. I was able to know my father better and spend more time with him. My father was famous all over Europe. He was an outstanding reproductor and hunting dog. But most of all, he was the last living brother of Josephine. This is what made me come to this family. I was going to live in my aunt's shadow forever. An aunt whom I never knew, but apparently I was very similar to her, and at the same time, completely different. I was also to always be remembered as the daughter of the great Tsar II, son of Tsar I himself. Little was said about my mother in a harem, but I decided to make my name also be mentioned. After all, I was a Tsarina. I was a princess when I was 2 months old. To the place where my mother lived, a sanctuary lady came and took me. The journey was so long and was very scared. Mom was gone and the images flashed out the glass. Late at night we arrived to the land called Silesia. The lady wrapped me in a blanket and put me in a basket. For a long time I didn't want to get out of it, and when I stuck my head out, I saw 2 big dogs. One was brownish-white, and the other was brown with a chest patch like mine. He was looking at me, watching me closely. Big ears dangled over his face. He sniffed me and licked me. That big dog was my father, and this big family dog was my older sister. This very big dog was legendary Tsar II, and I forgot to add that Josephine didn't like being alone. In the same year that she died, all her sisters passed away, including her close friends, Doc Stuffy and Max. My father died exactly on the anniversary of her death. It was that the line coming from the Czech Republic, Tsar first finally expired. Tsar II lived in the large beautiful house, where particularly everyone danced as he played. I thought human family members thought otherwise. My father was a Tsar in the full sense of a word. The house was surrounded by a large garden and forest, where we could run freely and do whatever we wanted. My sister looked at me later downward and made sure that I was fine. And believe me, I had interesting ideas. My favorite game was to make slides of my father. I climbed on top of him as he lay in his lair, then turned and slid down his body. I could do this all day, but he stoically endured it, and then he smiled. Then he seemed to me colossal, almost like a horse. But now, when I am old, I grow up and we have horses as neighbors. I don't think so. He was a great spirit. He looked at all his children with admiration and affection. However, we were confused.